You mentioned this kind of woke movement, and some of the characteristics of it, from my perspective, seem to view things or people as either being oppressed or oppressors. So you're in one category or the other category.
Right.
Does this kind of current woke movement, which is quite different from my perspective, again, from classical liberalism, or what liberals might have been in the 1960s, does this have its roots in Marxism?
Yeah, and other thinkers too, but Marx is one of them. I've identified Marx, Nietzsche, Sartre, and Michel Foucault as some of the major players in the formation of the woke mentality. And I think you're absolutely right. The way you put it there is the tendency to see human beings through this one lens, the lens of power. So who has it, who doesn't have it? The lens of the oppressor and the oppressed. Put it in Hegel's terms, and Marx was deeply Hegelian, the master-slave dynamic. Who's the master, who's the slave? Now, is there something to that? I would say, sure, that's one way we might look at human society, but there tends to be a reduction in the woke movement to that, and also the questioning of an objective human nature that draws us together. What I much prefer, as you say correctly, in classical liberalism is that the appeal to our common humanity, an appeal to common moral values and a common human nature that brings us together. And on that basis, we can move toward greater and greater justice. Now, that's the language of Martin Luther King. And I'm a great advocate of King's. What we're dealing with today is something very different. It's a different philosophical framework, and I think a much worse one.